Hello, I'm Alex.
And I'm Forrest.
I'm Ted.
This is our UFO sightings project. Just to start off, this is the main part of the project, the leaflet map, which shows all of the UFO sightings by their latitude and longitude. This has details on the man where you can see the UFO shape, counter length, time of day, description, the date occurred, and the date documented, since those can differ. You can zoom in and out on the maps. And the points will stay to their latitude and longitude. You can change the layer of the map depending on what you're looking for. This is just like a dark mode, and then we also have like a topology version. And this first one is just like a regular street map. You can change the coloring of the points based on certain categories. So this is the year, with a lot of this data being heavier towards 1999. You can do it by month, which is the same thing, just January through December. Time of day is a categorical color, where it's just night, evening, afternoon, and morning, with most of these being throughout the evening and the afternoon. And then UFO shape shows off the shape of the UFO, and there's many more shapes than these in the data, but it combines a lot of them into the other so that the colors make more sense and you're able to discern them better. Right below the map is the timeline, which is basically a total count of all the sightings per month over the 20 years that we're looking at for our data. And this is pretty straightforward, and it has brushing implemented on it to filter all of the other charts. And you can just brush however you want it, and it'll update all the charts. Going to this pie chart, this is a percentage pie chart of all of the UFO shapes, and it again takes a lot of the smaller shapes or the lesser seen shapes and combines them into one other category, so that this pie chart is more visibly pleasing and you can see all the details on the man. And then you can select certain pie arcs to then filter all the other data, and you can reset your selection here.
So here we have an encounter length histogram. So on the y-axis, we have the count of the number of occurrences, and then the x-axis would be the length, would be the time in seconds. As you can see, most encounters were quite short. Then there's also filtering on this histogram. So if you basically draw a box, and then it essentially zooms into the data, and then this filtering is also, or this brush, that would be brushing, and then it would also count as filtering, because the data you select on this histogram would be reflected as the data in the map.
Here we have two bar charts, very similar in what they do, except for the only difference is that the one on the left will record the number of sightings by the hour and the day in military time. So it starts in 0 and then it ends in 23. So if you choose to brush over this bar chart, it will filter out the data points on all of the other visualizations. Except for the word cloud, of course. So the sightings by month is very similar, except for it is the month and the year, 1 representing January up to 12 representing December. Similarly, if you brush on this one, it will do the same thing as hour. Pretty straightforward graphs there. And then on the right of that, we have our word cloud. It will count the numbers with the most occurrences, and it will scale those by size. So light here has the most occurrences out of all of the other relevant words. And then object looks like a close second, followed by all the other words you see here in this word cloud. If you brush over this visualization, once again, it will filter out all of the data points that contain the words that you are filtering.